won't be in vain. I'm glad I got a few more rock, few more real, but one day I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Top of the hill, Lord, I've come too far to turn around now. One more thing. Sometimes I find myself standing at the crossroads in my life, standing there just wondering which way should I turn? Seems like every time I turn to my right side, I find trouble, confusion, misunderstanding. It's already on my right side. And then I turn to my left side, find out somebody's sick, somebody's in the hospital, somebody done passed and gone on, and every time I look, I see healed, and more healed, and more healed, and more healed, and more healed that are already waiting on me. Make me feel like I want to just fold my arms, sit down somewhere.
All right, good morning, Drive Time. That goes out to Peach and Keisha's grandmother this morning, who's 93 years old. All right, it's time for Drive Time. We want to say happy birthday to her. And we certainly thank you all for being the consistent listeners. Get ready to go to Drive Time. This is our Drive Time song for this morning, just like this song. Tell me what you think, Drive Time. Type in.
Around for me.
Y'all have to excuse me. This is one of my favorite songs. Everybody clap your hands. Oh. Everybody clap your hands.
Hey, come!
Hey, maybe if you ask them to clap their
This is our Drive Time song this morning. Give me comments on this.
One more time. Everybody clap your hands. Shoot-a-doo-doo-doo.
Because you're going to come in and do one of the classes live one.
Something supernaturally is happening. And I'm getting excited about it. I don't forget all about my dance move, but I'm probably doing it wrong anyway. That's because I'm just full of the Holy Ghost.
This is my song.
But one day I was cleaning up my house. Carlos, I was cleaning up my house and I started singing to myself saying, I believe it's turning around for me. Oh, yes, sir. I believe it's turning around for me. I believe it's turning around for me.
Don't move. You got plenty of space because that big old house.
It's turning around for me. Fellas, y'all help me say it. I believe it's turning around for me.
The whole class
You better learn
right here
this.
in the
I
studio. We all gonna do it with you.
It's real simple.
Next
Just put your hand in your chest and say, I believe.
Zumbu, a Zubu, a Zoba, whatever. Zubu.
I
Zumba.
Y'all walk up. Let's go for a walk here now. I believe it's turning around.
Do y'all believe that?
I believe
Type it in there.
it's turning around.
Or call it in, tell me it's turning.
I believe it's turning around. I believe it's working out for me. Woo. Y'all let me sing my song. I believe it's working out for me. No stress in this season, fellas. It's working.
Zumba.
That thing on your job, that thing in your family tonight. I believe it's working out. Just one more time.
Love you, man.
I believe it's working out.
Do you believe
If
that?
you don't
Type
believe
it
it,
in.
nobody
You
else
believe it's
will.
turning around.
I believe it's working out. Y'all don't mind taking a walk with me again. I believe it's working out. It's working out. My faith already see it. And I already believe it. Yeah. One more verse. I believe it's getting.
Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Good morning.
I believe it's getting better for me.
Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
You sound amazing, Dakisha.
Thank you.
You believe it's turning around for you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Mhm. Well, y'all supposed to be coming by today, right?
I don't know.
Well, that's
Why
what
you putting y'all in? You didn't talk to me about
he don't
you didn't
have to
me
talk to
about,
you, Keisha. He don't have to talk to you about.
What?
He's a grown man.
I
What's wrong with
ain't
you?
said that. You didn't talk to me
I don't have to talk to you.
about me coming by. I ain't saying nothing about you. I don't know.
Well, you his
No,
Uber.
son.
You his Morgan Freeman.
No, I'm not.
Everywhere he go, you got to drive him.
No, Nope.
Well, just let
He
me know.
driving himself.
Well, let me know. What you gonna do,
Yeah.
Keisha?
What you mean? I'm driving.
Oh,
I'm getting off from work.
You know I need some.
I'm not home.
Oh. I need some.
He's driving himself, I guess.
I need some Fruit Loops, Apple Jacks, and cinnamon toast.
That's a lot. Look, that's more than one cereal, ain't it?
Yeah, I said 3
Fruit Loops, Apple Jack,
and
and cinnamon toast. What?
Yes,
And that booze and milk.
yes, and the bougie milk, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
All right. I need
All
it.
right, bye.
All right. All right, good morning to you. Let's go into drive time. I believe it's turning around. Let's go into it. Good morning to you. Got some questions to ask. So here we go.
That's not it. That's not it. Wait. That's it. Drive time.
Woo! Slow your roll. Yeah, but let's call this road this morning. Y'all come on in. Want to talk to me? All right, good morning to you. Thank you for tuning in to 980 WDDO. This is your God brother, your God son, your God nephew, Vertise 00. And you're tuned in to the number one gospel station right here in Macon, the Middle Georgia, number one morning show. It's called Drive Time, where we, the community now is all around the world. We get together, we live, we love, and we laugh. Got a hot topic this morning, and I need your help real bad on this morning. All right, let's call the roll, though. Give me your hellos in your very, 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 very own way. Good morning, Bishop Don Harris Scott. Good morning, Lady Scott. Lady Rosier. Good morning to you. Sandra Hayward. Good morning, Crystal McCork Little. Daphne Thomas Williams, Steve Bryan, Sharon Tarleton. Good morning to you, Dekisha. Pastor Darnell Alves. Good morning, Anita Williams Stewart. Good morning, Cuz. Nora Tricia Harp. Good morning to you, Auntie Lay. Good morning to you, Ralph Jones. Cam Golden. Good morning, Allie Watch. Good morning to you, Lionel Boone. Ernestine Godmother, Ernestine Arline. Katia Warren Tucker. Good morning to you, Sharon Tarleton. Tia Lockhart. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning, First Lady of Hype. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Tammy Faye Williams. Good morning to you. Good morning, Latrell Taylor. Good morning to you. Good morning, Navy True Leo Franklin Hogan. Roshonda, I miss you. I'm looking for you. Good morning to you. Listen, I have a hot topic question this morning, and I really need some feedback. I need your honesty this morning. We know it's early voting time. Have you voted? Yes, no, maybe. Are you on your way? This question was asked, and I said, well, let's ask Drive Time, because Drive Time will call in and they will tell you the truth. Do you, as citizens or voters, sometimes feel that after you vote, that who you voted for has somewhat betrayed you or betrayed your trust, or the things that you are anti of, it seems like they're for it. Um, and it becomes a shock to you. I need your comments and I need your calls right now on that. Do you feel that sometime I like, and listen, we do need to vote regardless, but I want, that question was asked. And so I want to push that question out to you on this morning. As a voter, do sometimes you feel that you have, in some type of way, been betrayed, or after, or things that you look for who you voted to do, they're doing opposite of? And I think it's a high time this morning on Drive Time to speak out about it, because I feel that what things we were talking about earlier, we was getting a lot of calls. Hey, Amy Coombrazia, Sierra Bellamy, good morning to you. We was getting a lot of calls concerning the jail, and then those calls stopped. We was getting a lot of calls concerning the mayor serving 3 terms. Then those calls stopped. We was getting calls about different things that be up, and we talk about it as though things are going to happen, or we're going to do something about it, or we're going to stick together. And all of a sudden it's like those things die out. Everybody, you call in, we be hyped about it, we be ready for it, and then it's like, did something happen? Did we have a meeting? Did something change? Is the jail better now? Did you decide that you want a 3rd term for a mayor now? Where are we? And I want to know this morning. And so when you vote people in, do you feel, and Rashonda said this is a great topic, and my answer is absolutely yes. Do you feel as though that we're being betrayed, or behind our backs something else is happening that we're just don't know of? Let's have a call right now. Let's talk about it on Drive Time. That's what we do. 478-250-1444. 444. Give me a call. 478-250-1444. Do you feel that there is a sense of betrayal, or behind our back, there are other meetings that's happening that said, hey, don't talk about that anymore. Let that alone. If you do this, I do that for you. If you quit talking about that, we'll do this favor for you. Let's talk about it right here. 478-250-1444. A lot of things that were happening, government change, different positions here in Macon. And now it seems as though, I don't know. I got a lot of calls. We did. Bishop Scott and I got a lot of calls here at the station, even when we're off air, saying, hey, those are great things. We want to bring this group in. We want to talk about it. Well, I see it happen for 2 or 3 weeks. Then after 2 or 3 weeks, somebody turned the volume off or hit mute. Let's talk about it. 478-250-1444. And my question is, what fear? What fear comes in us? Or why do we stop talking about it? Why do we stop moving on it? 478-250. Do you think that's a great topic? Rashonda Sanada say that's a great topic. If you think that's a great topic, Amy Coomer's here. Give me a call. We can talk about that this morning. I'm Lakia McCaster. Hey, baby, good morning to you. Do you feel, though, that sometimes who you vote for betray you or betray us or in some kind of way move forward to the other side on things that they promised that they would get in a fight for us for? So where's the trust level from 1 to 100? Where's your trust level with who you vote for? Put it up there real quick. Between 1 and 100. 100 meaning great. 1 is horrible. All right. I just want to see your numbers real quick on drive time. Good morning, family. If you know anyone, hit share. I want everybody to join in to this morning. 478-250-1444. 478-250-1444. Who's our successors going to be? Who do you want our next sheriff to be? Who do you want the next mayor to be? Who do you want the next commissioners to be? These are things that we need to be talking about right now, right here at 107.9 FM on your dial. Great shows we have on our station, Bishop Scott and I, and they hit many areas. But 1 to 100, how much do you trust who you put in office? Right here, 478. Well, we live, love, and laugh, but we also handle business. Yes, we do. 478-250-1444. Let's put those numbers up. I'm looking for your numbers up. I have quite a few of you online with me. How much do you trust between 1 and 100? Now, that's going to be a whole nother conversation, whole nother topic right there by itself. Your numbers is going to speak so much volume to Macon and Middle Georgia and all over the world this morning. I need your numbers up. 478-250, if you want to call, 1444. Why did we quit talking about things? What happened? Did things get better? Did things change? Are we okay with it? If we lose our voice, if we can't lose our voice on what we decide or what we want in our community. Let's talk about it. 478-250-1444. And also put that number up. How much? I'm waiting on numbers. Do you trust who you put after you put them off? Have they betrayed your trust? Between 1 and 100. Are you at 50? Are you at 20? Are you at 10? Those numbers are going to speak to us this morning. Put your numbers up. Let's start talking on drive time, where we live, we love, and we laugh. Did it get better? Did it change? I want to know. Give me some calls or put those numbers up, or your opinion where we have it up. Okay. Tia Lockhart, she starts it off and says, my trust level is dependent on which elected official you are referring to. But overall, here in Middle Georgia, my number is probably 10. Woo! We have to talk. Lionel Boone says he's at a 50-50. We have to talk this morning. Rashonda Sonata, she said at 100, I'm at 30. People will tell you what they think you want to hear to get that vote. After they get that position, it is usually when we see the real agenda. Man, that's hot topic on this morning. Now, notice, we have not gotten yet over 50%. We have not gotten over 50%. We have 10, we have 30, and we have 50. We have 10, we have 30. Let's put your numbers up in your opinion. Calls are coming in. Texts are coming up. Messages, thank you. The chats are coming up. Let's put it up real quick. Well, let's talk about it. 478-250-1444. Let's go again. Tia Lockhart said, my trust level is dependent on which elected officials you're referring to. But overall, Tia, give me a call. Let's talk about it. Here in Middle Georgia, my number is probably at 10. That's not good. Lionel Boone says 50-50. Amen. Hey, brother, I made a piano track. Want to listen? Give me your thoughts. All right. I don't know, man. 3100, Roshonda. People will tell you what they think they want you to hear to get that vote. After they get that position, is usually when you see their real agenda. Lionel Boone says 50-50. I think it's good topic to talk about because one thing I've opened up is that if you want to talk about it on our show or bring it up, we will address it. We will talk about it for you. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Apostle. How are you?
I'm incredible. Thank you, dear heart. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing good, no complaints. How about yourself?
All is well and well is all. What do you think about this hot topic this morning?
I think it's a great topic. I think that it's important for people to understand the nuance when it comes to why I said 10, because I think that there are some elected officials and even some appointed officials who are doing a phenomenal job.
Right.
Like I think, like Erica Woodford at Superior Court Clerk, she's doing phenomenal. She's really here for the people. She listens to her people, things like that. But then we have some other officials who I feel like and have heard say directly, that is the people have elected them, and basically it's up to them to do what they do. Like they're no longer servants of the people. Like they no longer have to listen to the voices of the people who put them into office.
Now
And so
there is a commissioner. Boy, I can't think of his name. But I'm hearing a lot of great things that he's always prevalent. He's in the community. He's one of the new commissioners.
yes, Stanley Stewart.
That is his name. I am hearing some incredible things about him in the community.
Yes, Stanley Stewart. He's over District 3, which is East Macon. And he's everywhere. He was actually just at the Fort Hill Neighborhood Association meeting, updating them on or us rather, on the special call meeting that would happen on Tuesday. He also, Denise Bryant, she's also very active in her area and also just across the community. She's not, and both of them are not just at the commissioner meetings, but they attend like water board meetings. They are active in the transit authority meetings and different places like that. And I think that there are other commissioners who don't come out and attend regularly. And I can say Paul Bronson was just at the Pleasant Hill Neighborhood Association meeting to hear, the voices of the people in the community. But I think that overall, even if there were people who didn't elect you, you serve a group of constituents who you should be putting their best interest at the forefront. And while I get there's politics and, like I said, nuances with things and certain things like that, but at the end of the day, you were elected to serve a group of people, not just your own interests. And I think that that's where a lot of the leadership in Macon Bibb is failing, because they are not serving the people who they are actually supposed to serve. They're going after their own interests or trying to move their own agendas forward, or feeling like this is a resume builder for them. And I personally feel like if you are an elected official, then it is your job, it's your obligation, it's your duty to make sure that the people from the youngest, when we're talking about the children and things like this East Block, up to, our seniors, everybody should feel as though their voice is being recognized and heard.
Because you become a voice for your constituents. You become a voice for your people, right?
You're supposed to,
right.
And hopefully,
God, shot
like
Bishop,
I said,
shots fired. Yeah,
because at the end of the day, in a perfect world, that is the goal. Like I'm here and I understand that, everyone isn't going to agree, but overall, what can I do to actually make sure that the majority of the people that I'm looking to serve are satisfied, that they are fruitful, that they are able to stand economically, physically, all of these things, where it's not just me getting what I feel like I need in my 2 years or 4 years or 6 years or however long their term may be, and then thinking that my name recognition is what's going to get me along, as opposed to the work that I'm actually doing in the community.
So now, just moving this question, why is it, as I started the show asking this question, why is it things that we were talking about strong, about the jail, mayor serving a third term, different things in NAACP. I mean, just different groups was, and it seems like the volume is at 100 at the beginning, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later, or maybe a month later, it's like I don't hear anything anymore. Did things change, or do we get quiet about it, or are we portrayed with this, or something happens that one week the jail was a big thing, and everybody, NAAC, everybody was talking about it, everybody was concerned about it. Did we move? Did we get a new jail? Did we get a new sheriff? No, I'm sorry.
No, I understand what you're saying, and I think that that's a lot of what happens when people start, painting narratives and different things. Because I know there was a protest a few months ago, and it got a lot of people talking, and there was so much consistently coming out about things that were happening in the jail, and people were, outraged, and I feel like, because we haven't been hearing as much about things that were specifically happening within the jail. And then the mayor put out this 6-point plan about how they were going to fix the jail, which I know that they were going to be adding on like a portion to the LEC. But we don't stay on top of things. I can say as community, like, have we followed up on that 6-point plan? Like, where are we in the process?
Where are we?
Of this
what point are we on? Are we on? What point are we on?
Right.
I'm gonna drive by. Is a foundation being built? It's like, let's be quiet. I mean, I hate to say this on the air, but it's almost like Washington D.C. It's almost like a mini Trump saying, "Hey, we're gonna pay you to be quiet. I'm gonna scratch your back. You look out for me. Y'all go out and stand up for me." And I just want. It's weird. You don't think it's weird?
No, it is. But I think that that's when we talk about like civic engagement and the empowerment of the people to make sure that we continuously hold our elected officials accountable. And when they say that they're going to do something, we have access to what they're saying they're going to do. So now, okay, we're going to put the flame to the fire. How are you doing the things that you promised that you were going to do to try to, die down or stop all of, the protests and the people speaking out? We have to remain vigilant as a community because, again, we are the voice and we have the power. And until we utilize that on a consistent basis, then people will be able to say one thing, and then it might look like something is moving, and then kind of let it die down because we're not keeping them accountable for the things that they are promising and telling us that they're going to do. We have to stick it through implementation and all of that. We can't just stop when someone tells us, "Okay, well, y'all been talking, so now I'm gonna do this for you." No, we have to follow through. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, but it's almost like to me, Tia, that we throw our community a bone or two to satisfy you to be quiet and listen. I gave you all this. Now, when I gave y'all 10% of the 100 million we got over. But it becomes concerning to our community as well. Not just concerning, but it's almost like a spirit of fear may come in, like, oh my God, if we say something, are they going to cut our funds off? I actually had someone tell me that Apostle Rosier, I love your station, you and Bishop Scott, y'all doing a wonderful job. But the reason I don't call in is because politically they may cut some funds. And I'm like, are you serious?
And I think that speaks to a lot of people, especially here in Middle Georgia, that fear that they have let kind of override their mission or their purpose or what they're really supposed to be doing. And I think that, that kind of just for me, it lights a fire in me. It doesn't discourage me. Like, I understand, you want to make sure that you are taken care of, but if your faith is as strong, should be stronger than your fear, because God is going to provide. God is going to take care of you, especially when you're moving in righteousness and truth.
Woo, I'm gonna send you a love offering, girl. You just preach that word.
Yes, sir. But I mean, we have to figure out what we are fighting for. Like, even when we talk about cooperative economics in the Black community, like, how are we helping each other to make sure that we are not so reliant and dependent on certain people, certain funds, certain things, where we can speak truth to power in what is happening in our community specifically, because there is a lack of equity. Our voices aren't heard, or we are usually utilized as like a token or a piece. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and get this vote, and once I get this vote, then I'm gonna disappear and do what I need to do. So we have to figure out ways to unite, and we might not all agree on everything, but overall we do need to agree that we have to come together in order for us to be empowered as a unit.
Well, that is one of what LJ Malone said. There's a lot of backdoor and backroom deals happening. We've got to start acting like we're a majority Black town and make our needs are met as a whole. And when you said that earlier, I certainly feel that everybody knows our culture is that if we unite, we're strong. And if people can throw little bones to keep us divided, we won't be strong. Even businesses here, we will, and I'm going to say it on air, I don't mind saying it, is that, of course, small businesses here, we got the Village down here, we got little coffee places all over that's Black owned. And I'm not just saying support me because I'm Black owned, support me because I do right, or that the business is good. That's what I believe. But if we would empower each other, look for the business that if you look for mistakes in things, you're going to find it. If you look for something wrong, the Bible says, seeking you shall find. If you look for greatness in things, and greatness in people, and greatness in our community, greatness in our businesses, I think things are thrown to you to keep us divided, because they know that coming together gives us strength.
Absolutely. And then just to add to that point, I also believe that, for us, it's easy for us to be our own worst enemies. Like, we don't offer the same compassion or grace that we might offer a white business or
we
an
don't.
Asian business or whatever. And because as soon as we have a negative experience, I feel like you will see it. Like, you'll see people talking about it and saying, I ain't gonna work, I'm not gonna go there. And not just, you can take it to an owner, provide them with information, get feedback, and then move forward. But we don't do that. We might do that with, other businesses, but we don't do that amongst ourselves. And I think that's another thing. We have to give the same grace and compassion to each other that we are willing to give to others.
I've learned that Bishop and Scott and I, we give great deals, even with the buses radio. And if one little thing happened, man, we've had people to blast us, die, and it's okay. But I'm like, you don't do the same thing to the other business. You don't do that because you're fearful of that. But we're radio station, and even in our radio station, we've been told that we can't call in, or we can't, because, and I'm like, this is controlling. This is a spirit of warlock.
Right. It is. So I'll just leave with one of my favorite verses, which is, God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So I pray that our people move in the spirit that God gave us, and that we move past the fear. There's nothing wrong with being fearful. I understand, the fear that can rise up, but we have to understand that everything else that God put within us is much stronger than the fear that we may have in a different circumstance. So that's where I am. So thank you so much, Pop.
I love you. Tell us what time it is.
It's drive time.
That's the Alaka right here. Now, give my next caller. This is good conversation. 478-250-1444. 478-250-1444. What do you think this morning? What's your opinion? Why do we quit talking about things? What happened? As Tia said, God has not given us the spirit of fear. Greater is he that is where? in me than he that is in the world. Give me the next caller, 478-250-1444. Wanda Middleton, good morning to you. All these great people online. Give me your thoughts. Do you feel portrayed? Hey, Lynn Webb, girl, what's happening? Sharon Watts, good morning to you. God, so glad to have y'all on. Y'all are made. Jackie Jones, cousin, what's going on? Navy Truly or Franklin Hogan said, if you ask me, 90 to 100% of them be lying all the way around. Well, that's what she said. Hey, Mo, good morning to you. As you go and vote, it's early voting has started. Please get out and vote. Our question this morning is, after you vote and you see the leadership, do you fully trust the leadership that's in office? Do you feel portrayed in some areas? Good morning. Hey, Mama Betty. Mama Betty Tammy Shaw. Tammy, look at my shirt. Good morning to you. It's happening right here on Drive Time, where we live, we love, and we laugh. Now, let's say to the seniors. First Friday, we want the seniors to travel with WDDO, the Glory Media Group. We're going to Blue Ridge, to the Apple Orchard up in Blue Ridge, Georgia. So we won't need about 4 or 5 bus loads. Okay, two is good. 3 is good. We did 3. So everybody, it doesn't matter. However many we decide to have, we want to come out. Good morning, caller, you on the air. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, man?
I'm outstanding, sir. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm posing those questions this morning on, did things change? At one while we talk great about, hey, we need to change the jail. Things need to change. Is the mayor going to serve another term? And then all of a sudden, I don't hear anything about it. Nothing any longer. It's like are people being paid to hush about this, or what's going on?
Yeah. I think, some of it is that, there's people being incentivized for it. I think another part is people are being silenced and they're being neutralized by fear. By fear of losing their jobs, or most of it is that, or fear of being left out of certain opportunities and things of that nature. It's one thing that really bothers me that's happened here lately, where we're, I know you heard about this $50 million in road paving that we're supposed to be doing here and making through the splash. My father here, he was killed by as a pedestrian 7 years ago on the Great Highway, and ever since, I've been attending the pedestrian safety review board meetings that are had, and where they talk about pedestrian safety and public safety as it relates to, people walking and biking here, and how infrastructure and decisions that are made play a part in that. Just overall,
right.
Safety precautions that we could take. And with there's a committee. It's called the Complete Streets Committee. That's here. And it's ran by a lady who her name is Rachel Umana. She was head of bike walk making.
Uh-huh.
And complete streets policy is something that is statewide. Actually, it reflects something that's supposed to happen nationally, where the city has to stay in compliance with whatever new projects or infrastructure that's being built. Make sure that public safety and pedestrian safety policies are upheld and or implemented in whatever projects and things that happen. And so we have a local committee that's made up of citizens. That's basically like an oversight committee and a checks and balances committee that makes sure that these things are happening here locally. So, but regardless, the city is still supposed to uphold them, but the Complete Streets Committee makes sure that it happens. And so, here a few months ago, our Complete Streets Committee was gotten rid of by the mayor, and he pushed to make sure that he got rid of this Complete Streets Committee because I think Rachel Umana, and some others, they were speaking out about how certain things need to happen with the road paving, in regards to making sure that public safety and pedestrian safety was brought to the forefront, and they implemented certain things because, when we pave these roads, a lot of times they only happen every 20 or 30 years or what have you. And so, a lot of times, things change, the population density changes, the traffic changes, a lot of things change. So we have to make sure, things stay updated. And we also want to make sure we do things on the front end when we're doing these road paving projects and stuff, because it costs way more money on the back end. But the Complete Streets Committee also had a biannual report that was going to be happening to make sure, other than just the pedestrian safety part, they were going to be making sure that a low to moderate income neighborhoods got equity and basically got the same treatment that the upper class and well-to-do neighborhoods had gotten. So meaning, West Macon or, Unionville and Fort Hill, Bloomfield, these, Houston Avenue, these neighborhoods through here got the same treatment as you would have in North Macon or way out South Macon, Hartley Bridge,
right,
places like that. And so that committee was taken away. And so therefore there's no more reporting that has to be done on the road paving to make sure that there's equity across the board. And also just basically to make sure that we have public safety protocol in place that is being met as these roads are being paved. And that is so, to me, to me, it's evil. Just to be honest with you, I'm not even gonna try to find a sugarcoat, that or find a word for it, because at the end of the day, my father, like I said, he was killed here as a pedestrian because of that, and I advocate very strongly on behalf of that. But aside from just my father, Macon, Georgia, ranks like in some of the top, and it has ranked like in the top of in the state, and also nation. When it comes to pedestrian fatalities and pedestrian safety, across the board. And so it makes no sense to have a mayor to do something like that, and then also silence the voices of people who are close by or who are working in these different departments where they can't.
When we see that we see voices of our own community being silenced. I mean, isn't that sound like what's going on in Washington, D.C.?
Oh, it's exactly what's happening. And we have a mayor here jump real quick. He probably listens to the show. And he won't come in here because he knows nothing but facts and truth being spread. Because it's not one lie being told about what I just said. But you won't see that in the newspaper. You'll see him going and arguing with folks on Facebook and stuff like that or whatever, because it's about narrative. We're not being presented any facts or data. You won't hear our mayor in this majority black town even speak specifically to black issues. He recently just said something negatively about how black folks buy tickets at the last minute when there was a conversation about the amphitheater. He's been quoted and screenshot and said a couple of years ago, black folks have more of a crab in a barrel mentality than other folks in the community. He said that, and we'll hear these negative things being said about black folks, but what about the trauma that we experience here? And us being the most red line city in America, and about how we have the worst air pollution and we're the most susceptible to environmental issues, in the state of Georgia, here in Macon. And these things aren't talked about. And and those are the conversations that we need to be having when we become educated as to what the data is. What's our budget? How's our money being spent? Wow. How much money has the amphitheater, made? How much money, or is the airport making? How much, where are our deficits?
But why do our communities see this as someone? I don't think no one is bitter or mad. I think there's a positive anger, and I don't mean that in a sense of a positive anger that, hey guys, wake up, we want better for you. We're not bitter. We're not trying to hurt anyone. We see statistics, we see data, we see truth that you don't see. We want you to see it.
Yeah. I mean, in a perfect, you should want that. You should want to warrant what your people in your community has. But I don't know if you just saw where, our mayor, and not just to harp on him, because there are other entities, other people that kind of follow the same program. But he is the leader, and he's made sure that he gets what he wants in an authoritarian fashion. Just like he got fined $5,000, which is an extreme amount. Like, that's a very high amount by the Georgia Ethics Commission. You normally you don't see fines that high. But he got fined because of him putting together these basically like shell nonprofits because he put something together called Advanced Alliance of Georgia, and then with his backing, will put money from his campaign funds into what they call Make and Build Forward Together, which they funded different candidates that he felt would co-sign his agenda, or with whatever.
But what if that have been Whitby? What if that have been Whitby? Would have done that. What was the guy that was running Whitby?
Clifford Whitby.
What if that would have been him? And
he would have had to get the same treatment. I mean, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm saying, would we have brushed that over quickly? You know what I'm saying?
No,
we wouldn't.
No,
we wouldn't. No. It would have been a shame before God. But I heard something a week, and after that, I heard nothing else.
Oh yeah, because it's narrative, and then you have these certain entities, or just in general, just what you were saying as far as even Whitby, it's like black leadership. We it's even like when the Teals were just talking about, black-owned businesses. We, even us as a people, a lot of times, we hold our feet to the fire, or we make sure we hold our own accountable. But when it comes to other folks, they don't get the same treatment. It has to be equity across the board, because at the end of the day, it's all about, like what you said, it's about being right and doing right. It's not even necessarily about, race or this, that, or whatever. And we are supposed to be more unified as a people. We black and we live in a black community. We got black children and come from a black culture, we got black history. We're supposed to embrace that and be proud of that.
And be proud of it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's not a certification to go hate others, because that ain't what we do anyway. Black power is not about being anti-anybody. It's about loving us. But at the end of the day, we still have got to be a whole folks accountable across the board, and we got to believe that things are for us. Because,
and why we got to be wrong because we love us. We don't, when people think you're wrong because you love you, we should love ourselves.
Absolutely. That's so love drive time. I love these conversations.
Man, ain't nothing like drive time. You tell us what time it is.
It's drive time.
That is my nephew right here. 478-250-1444. Good morning, Bishop. Come up for me, man. 478-250-1444. Calls coming in. I'm enjoying them. I hope you are. Truth is being told, and the community is being helped. 478-250-1444. If you have a business, Antonio Jackson said we have been taught that our vote doesn't matter, that they are going to do what they want no matter what. Man, change it. Mo says, Mo don't play, baby. Mo says mayor is a crook. That's what the comment said. Miss Middleton says the roads in West Macon look horrible, the way they're being patched and not fixed. Let's get this caller in. Got another caller coming in. 478-250-1444. 478-250-1444. It's happening right here on Macon, Middle Georgia. It's called Drive Time, where we live, we love, and we laugh. Let's get this next caller in here. 0174. Good morning, family. Patricia Booz, good morning to you. Glad to have you on this morning. Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Is this my favorite apostle of all time?
I better believe it. Listen, we got a hot topic this morning. Hot topic is we talk about the jail. We start off saying we don't want the mayor to serve a third term. We empower for 2 weeks about what we need to happen, what needs to change. Then all of a sudden, everything disappears. We hear nothing anymore. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how we have the information and we have just become silent because we're numb to the fact that we was bamboozled. And a lot of us
talk about bamboozled. How and how?
Bamboozled means totally just shocked. We really believe that white leadership is better than black leadership. We truly believe that. It comes from a sense of, well, it's a mindset. It goes back at least 200 years. So we think that plantation mindset, a lot of us really believe that they are better business-wise, that they are competent, that they are integrous. So we have just been bamboozled.
Wow.
To discover that their ice water is no colder than ours.
That's right.
And so we, as a community, have failed ourselves to believe that white leadership in a black community works. And it does not, people. It does not.
So why do we get quiet on the things about third term?
We get quiet because we know that the bylaws and all of the information show that we only get a time to serve 2 terms.
Okay.
So what we have learned now, and thinking that truth is not powerful. So we get the lies, we get the rhetoric, we get twisted to believe that if he serves another term, he can finish the projects that he started.
We might well let Trump serve 3 terms then.
Oh, exactly. So we get caught up in the rhetoric of thinking, okay, let him serve another term. Who else is running? Do we have opposition that's strong enough to take on the foolishness of Lester Miller? And this piece that we talk about, this fear, it's insulting to me to believe that we cannot think as a community that we deserve better.
We do, and we do deserve better. But it's amazing
we just truly deserve better.
But why does money silence us?
Money, because of the economics that they have created and packaged to believe we have no new money coming in making Bibb County. No new money. No economic streams flowing in our community from manufacturers or industry. So he has failed to meet the agenda that he said that he was going to run on. He was going to create jobs. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. So he never filled the checklist of what he said he would do as a candidate. We won't even hold him accountable to what he said he was going to do. He's made the community poverty-stricken even more.
What confused me was, not confused because I'm never confused. What disturbed me was I hear our Commissioner Ziffer that says, listen, I am a Democrat all the way. I'm born Democrat. And then we find out that your mayor is a Republican, but you still, that's just confusing.
You support his agenda.
Yeah, that confused.
Yeah, and it's not confusing. It's just that they have completely don't believe the purpose of the party. They have failed to understand when things are not going right, that we as a community needs to address that. And the biggest problem I have with Lester Miller, he's not trustworthy. He's not integrous. He's not. And that was proved by the Ethics Committee that LJ just discussed a few minutes ago. Right. There's nothing new about this story. There's nothing new about it. And it's very similar to what we see at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in D.C.
That's true.
So it's the same playbook. But we fail to realize that we have the power to change it and to speak up against it. And so what we do is that we take a back seat to it because we don't want to be the only one front and center of speaking to truth, to power.
Wow.
But the Bible, and people talk about this piece with, the foolishness of the rhetoric that we've seen in Salt Lake City and Turning Point and whatever that organization is. We saw the negative impact that caused, and it has spoken. But what we have to believe is There's a difference now tone between saying I'm a Christian and a believer. I'd rather be a believer all day long than to be a Christian.
Wow.
Because a believer is going to really believe the word of God. So it's just like Ephesians 5 and 9 that we learned in Bible study that my pastor taught on Tuesday night. We have to, the Bible says that we have to expose leadership. It speaks on it. It talks about it. But we've got it twisted as Christians and believers to think that we shouldn't speak on the things that are unjust, that keep people oppressed. This community is extremely oppressed.
Wow.
Physically, spiritually, financially, it's oppressed.
And it's not healthy to just keep going on as usual.
It's not. It does not do us justice for generations to come after us. We're going to feel the impact of this foolishness for the next 5 decades minimum.
Commissioner Bryan
and
says
it's only going to get worse if we don't come together as a community to say we're going to hold individuals accountable. We can't allow for our mayor to disrespect the commissioners. We can't allow for our mayor to fearmonger families to take food off of their tables because they don't support his agenda. And y'all know how I've been with him. It's no secret. It's no secret that he will come after people that he can intimidate.
Wow.
And that is not a part of my DNA.
Right. And
I fear no one but God.
That's right. That's right. But I am, WDDO 107.9 FM. Look me with you.
Yes, and y'all have been doing that from day one. And it's not because someone told you the information. It's because you researched and watched it for yourself.
Better believe it.
And so when we, as citizens in this community, when we start reading real, true articles, knowing the history and the pattern of this leadership, it started more than 25 years ago. So Lester's playbook has been going on longer than he's been in office in the mayor's seat. And then we talk about, SPLOS and how important SPLOS is. SPLOS is very important when we allocate the funds to where it's supposed to go. And not turn that based on, I'm sitting in the mayor's seat, and so I need these funds to go for this project based on what I told the public. So we have to hold that accountable.
Right. Good morning, Bishop Scott.
Good morning.
Let's try this again. Good morning, Bishop Scott.
Good morning.
All right, we got to be in here. Tia Lockhart says white Christian nationalism is something completely different. It's the basis of white supremacist ideology. Antonio Jackson said we have to do a better job about getting information out to our community in advance about our issues and plans for our community. Our boots on the ground only start during election time, and by then it's too late. Wow.
That's true. That's true.
Wow.
So we know the patterns. We know
the patterns.
We know the patterns. So why can't we, as a community, come together and find the right candidate that would represent our community and start working now?
But you know what? It was so amazing that a lot of things, Bishop, that Lady Bumpus said, she talked about it for years and years. And then out of nowhere, at the end, when things surface, it's like, she told us this. What was wrong with going back saying, Lady Bumpus, you were
right. No, because that's giving her credit. So no, we don't want to do that.
Did you notice
and
that,
it's
Lady
okay.
Bumpus?
It's not. And let me say this: it's not about me getting credit, or it's not about saying this is what I knew. It's about what I love about my community.
Of course.
Because if I was that information to myself, but the Lord would not allow me to keep it to myself because it needed to be challenged in showing that we deserve better as a community. If I'm eating, I want everybody else to eat. If I'm having a decent quality of life, I want others to have it too. So once we come out of it's all about them. It's all about that. And I'm not about that. I've never been about that. I'm about what is right and what gives us a seat at a table that will give economic opportunity. Our contractors in this community, it's one thing for us to just ride around town and see the same contractor doing projects for millions and millions of dollars, but
That's
we're
right.
not at the tables. We may have a few Mexicans out there and a few black folks, but they are not the owners of that project. That bothers me.
That does. But that they're also this morning, Lady Papas, a lot of constituents feel as though they have been betrayed by current elected officials.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We can talk about that too. We can talk about that because at the end of the day, what color you are. I don't care if you're a black representative, man. I don't care if you are a black DNA, DA.
Lady Bumpers, where you go?
Hello, you. Hello, Lady
Okay.
Papas.
I
Lady Papas.
once you
Her phone is.
Back in. Good morning, caller. You on there?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful, missionary. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
All
Doing
right. We rolling
okay.
this morning with some good hot topics this morning.
Yes, sir. I would like to say a few words. I feel like I've been betrayed in the past
Okay.
from elected officials.
Wow.
And a lot of time people say things, but when they get in office, they don't carry it out. And you have to get appointments to see them, and then they're not there. They don't have time to talk to you. But you got my vote.
Wow. Wow. This is important that we hear this morning. And that's why we have this platform. The needs Commissioner Brian said, thank you all for having this platform. This is what we need to hear, Missionary Stewart. And I think it's important that our voice be heard this morning. Thank you so much for calling us and being a part of this platform.
Thank you for allowing me to speak. I did a segment on what's driving me crazy
Yes, ma'am.
with a reporter, and I haven't seen her since.
Oh, wow.
Between Gray Highway and Old Clinton, there is a road that goes in the shopping center, and I travel it nearly every week. It's holes and everything. It has not been addressed.
Wow.
These are
They
things that
said,
needs to
we're
be
going to get
addressed.
back in touch with you. We're going to let you know something. Nobody has gotten in touch with me. Nobody has done anything about that road. There still is no sign. If someone go down through there and have an accident or something happen, there is no street name. No sign is there.
Wow.
So what's the name of the street?
Wow.
Needs to be addressed.
Nothing has been done.
Give us
The
that
road
street.
over here,
What's the name of that street?
I don't know the name of the street.
Let's
It's
find out.
between Great Highway and Old Clinton Road.
Pleasant.
When
Okay.
you turn up Shirt going to Northeast, you go back in there and you come around in the shopping center behind Captain D's. Nothing has been done. The holes are still there. You still have to move over to keep them, it tearing up your the front end of your car.
Wow.
And this is behind WMAZ Channel 13.
Yes, ma'am. Well, let's get that
And nothing has been
information.
done.
Let's get that information. We're talking about it right here. Got a platform
Right.
and we're going to talk more about it. I love you, lady.
Thank you. Have
All
a
right.
blessed day.
Same to you. It's happening right here. Forrest Bishop, what do you think about this morning? I think, all the information, the input that we're hearing, the enthusiasm, the comments. What do you think?
I'm just waiting to hear what's going to be said about this one. Because
Go ahead, Bishop.
Because anytime truth is spoken, then it's always some rhetoric that's spewed about what's been said or how it's been said because people have an opportunity to speak out. It's a problem. My biggest issue with elected officials is our I represent you until I get there, and then I represent me once I get there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have an issue with that because, you know, if I'm elected to represent you, I am supposed to represent you at all times. So that means that your voice is important. How can I sit at a table to represent you when I don't even know what your feelings are on it? So that means that just like I was in the community to get your vote, I have to be in the community to represent you when I get there. That's what I was voted for, you know. So, you know,
You don't
that
know what's
particular
going
instance
on
is
in my
disappointing.
community. If we voted
Right.
for you, you never visit our community. You never hear.
Exactly.
You're never a part of it. You're not in any meetings. Caller, you on the air?
It's me again. You can do
Lady Bumpers is
everything
back.
on the smartphone, but talk.
Ma'am.
I said, it's me again. You can do everything on the phone, but talk. I got cut off. But I was saying that just like Bishop just spoke, we have to hold them accountable. And any that's running for office
Right.
should connected to constituents.
That's right.
They're doing us the justice today.
Her phone is going out.
Yeah, have
And
fun. Lady Bumpers, we can barely hear you. Your connection is not really wonderful. Hey, are you in a bad area?
Man,
I
we need to
must
hear
say,
you.
I am.
Hello? We got to hear her. Jeez.
All right, let's
Get a call back in. Tia Lockhart, the caller may need to reach out to Weston Straw with the Department of Traffic and Engineering Commissioner Stanley Stewart.
Okay.
This is not just our lighter, complex and political figures that have, but of course, oftentimes the fishes that look alike. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Apostle and Bishop Scott. How are you all?
Well,
Wonderful.
Commissioner, how are you?
I'm great this morning. I'm great. I'm listening to LJ. I'm listening to Lady Bumpers, and I'm like, okay, let me go and clear up some things.
Let's go.
Okay. So y'all gonna have a question, and I'm gonna have to answer, but I'm gonna give you this part. I said the other day that we need a shadow. Being newly elected officials, not knowing what's going on, not knowing how you can how things are supposed to work is very frustrating.
Okay.
So me and Stanley, we've been taking these classes because you're supposed to have 9 core classes.
Well, a lot of y'all didn't take. Some of y'all didn't take that class though. Some of y'all just
Oh,
got put
I've
in
taken.
position. No, I'm saying you do,
No,
but some of them
no,
didn't
no,
take
I've
it.
taken mine. Oh, but no, I'm saying once you become, you're supposed to. Once you become a commissioner, you don't just be a commissioner. You have to be certified. So they give you 9 core classes to take. Me, oh, well, I just finished mine, so I wanted to make sure that I knew what I could and could not do by ACCG standards.
Right.
Before I got in there and started saying, let me sign on this money, let me agree with this. I'm just noticing that a lot of things that they say in ACCG is not the guidelines of some of the stuff we go through that we're being presented with. One of the issues of being a new commissioner and you don't have anyone to like shadow, you can't shadow someone, is not knowing all the information and the facts of everything. Like that street committee that LJ was talking about. You get the agenda, I'm gonna say Friday before the meeting. And so what you have to do is you have to try to decide, you have to look it up and do your history on what they're voting for. I tried to reach out to somebody on that Monday, but I'm like this. I'll call you. If you don't call me right back, it may go unanswered because I'm working on something else. So I did not realize what the street committee did until after the meeting, but I asked questions that I felt that I needed to ask in the meeting because they did it live.
Right.
And because I wasn't in depth with the questions, because I asked, if we approve this, what does it look like for the citizens when you disband this street force? And they were like, street committee. And the answer that was given was a simple answer by a lawyer that says we'll get it done faster. So of course, whether I vote yes or no, it's not gonna make a difference. But having that information that if I would knew they did all this, then I would have said, well, no, I want to be on the record as saying no, I don't want this because I think we need this committee. But we committee of the whole, so my one vote and maybe Stanley, I'm gonna just say against it. It's not gonna overturn their decision. So a lot of stuff is not knowing and not having somebody else there to say, okay, this is the background of it.
Right.
The background of what's supposed to happen.
Right.
So it's learning. It's learning, going to these classes, learning what you can and cannot do before.
Let me ask you a question, Commissioner. Mm-hmm. And I know certain things, areas we things we will not hit this morning, but I'm gonna go as far as I can. Does it is a sense of wearing people out of thinking this is what we do, this is how we're supposed to do it, this is the correct way to do it, this is what I believe we all are headed for, and then when you get into the pool, you found out that what you're pushing for or what you thought was pushing for, that is not being pushed for, can that wear you out?
It can if you're not in it with your heart, because I always say, hey, I'm gonna keep moving forward, keep walking forward, and God gonna walk ahead of me and open some doors. So it can, but when you have people that say, well, we voted for you, but to not have them stand behind you, when I'm saying that these board meetings, not board meetings, but town hall meetings and commissioner meetings, nobody's there. Nobody's there to say, okay, even the people vote for you, they're not there. And they need to be in tune with what's going on in the community as well. And so, we NAACP have had town meetings. I've had a couple Stanley, but it's the same people. And I'm not trying to be funny, it's the middle-aged to older generation that come. These young people are nowhere to be found.
Well, but I think even here that there's a reason. There's a reason because maybe some of those older that's in these meetings, the younger generation feel these are the people that has betrayed us. These are the people, and I'm not saying that in a sense. I'm just saying we need to be analytical. We need to, because the text just came and says ignorance to the law is no excuse. So if we're saying, hey, we're all fighting for this, and okay, just say this. Okay, you going to a party and they say, Donise, there's nobody else bringing macaroni and cheese but you. Bring macaroni and cheese. And so you're gonna fix a big dish for everybody. When you get there, you find out everybody made macaroni and cheese.
Okay. What? Then we just don't have a macaroni and cheese. Drink some wine behind it.
But I'm saying in a sense, or like at the beginning, we were hearing things like, "Oh, the jail. We're calling in. We're glad to have this platform. Or this serving 3 terms. We don't want to have." We were getting calls from everywhere, everything, and then all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, whoa.
So one of the things about the jail, they did expansion, and I can only talk about certain things that they did expansion.
Wow.
But it was taking it into executive session. So when they get ready to vote on the jail, that's taking it into executive session because Ms. Commissioner Bryant asked a lot of questions, and they don't want the public to know what the questions he asked. That's gonna make them say, because she's very knowledgeable about the jail and how it runs and the dynamics of the jail. So we're gonna take that to executive session, and then we're gonna come out and we voted on it. So,
wow. Now, Renata Scott says the younger generation are being told, wait your turn and not being trained. I've heard it. I've heard that. I've heard it myself. Even there was a time I was asked to run for office here. I can't discuss that, but I was told to let the older seasoned generation have it. It's not your time yet. And I'm like, is this whole thing about control? Is it about being in? Is it about, hold on, talk, Bishop? Is it
I said basically.
It's about if we can control the narrative, if we have our group controlling everything, why not? The reason there's a book of Judges because Joshua did not train a successor. He was a successor, but he didn't train a successor. So now we got the book of Judges. Now we're being judged. So I don't think that there's a certain group here, Donise, Brian, Commissioner, that want to control because we scratched each other back for so long and we've looked out for each other so long. If truth come in here, it might reveal truth about us.
I agree. And it's all about money and power. But the thing about it is the one that is back hasn't been scratched and hasn't been in that little circle, it's hard for them to even let them even get in there, the peeping there. So you looking over heads, you looking over shoulders, because by the time they have those important meetings that they're not supposed to have, you weren't even invited to that table, but you were supposed to be at the table.
Right. But Chief, and according to what you said, honestly, you're revealing the truth by not allowing the truth to be heard, because eventually it will be found out that you were the gatekeeper that kept certain things from coming to the community that should have been. And to have to deal with the rhetoric that comes with that is a backlash that you probably don't want, because then you'll be considered the traitor that you actually are. So let's go ahead and put the cards on the table and get this out of the way. You get what I'm saying?
Right. That don't sound like Uno to me. Don't sound like old man.
That's spades.
He's right, but I wish that we just talked about that today. If we would have a shadow, and I said I wanted somebody when I leave office, I want somebody to come in and be better than I was, and I want them to be able to say. I'm not going to be mad that, they holding it down. No, I want them to hold it down because I don't want to be there forever. I want to be there for the time that I need to be there for a season or whatever. But even with being at the job, before this, being at the jail as a supervisor, I told everybody, I'm training y'all in the way that's supposed to go. So when I leave, y'all won't be caught in the office. Y'all won't be, sued. You won't be this and that, because you're going to know the right way. And we're going to do it the right way so that you can be better and you can add on to what you need. So when the next person you train, it's going to be in your benefit.
That's right. One of my sayings, Bishop, will tell you, in my organization is, it is my job. If you don't become better than me at what I do as a pastor or a leader, then I haven't effectively not done my job. My job is to make you better than me. Let's see. Let's go back. We got a lot of comments coming in this morning. Let me go back up. Antonio Odoms says, let's be honest, not just our lighter complexion political figures that have failed us. Oftentimes, the officials that look like us don't do anything for us. We as a community are a means to an end. Wanda Middleton says this morning, let me see, can I get this to come down? Wanda said the people elected door on door asking people to vote after being voted in, they need to knock on the door and ask people what they need.
Right.
Emma David says the part, Mr. LJ, those comments were actually made the WMAZ News. You hit the nail on the head, and because the powers that people realize that we are the majority in making our people have the attitude, I don't care. They gone do what they want to do anyway. It's my understanding that the numbers at the polls are down. Can you imagine how excited some people are when they know that the population of Macon is black? To some, we are doing some people a favor by not living up to the old saying, majority rule. It starts in the mind. Our minds are not focused. Kind of reminds me on how they trained an elephant in the circus by putting a chain around his leg and attach it to a tree. Once they finish training the elephant and take the chains off, the elephant continues to go around and around in circles even after they take the chains out. The chains are off of us, but our minds are conditioned, and so that we continue to stay connected to that tree, going around in circles, even though we've been free. Grandma Powell always said, try as hard as you want. You can't get an egg from a rooster. Woo.
That's good.
Wanda
That is good.
Yeah. Wanda Middleton says the people running for office will come to neighborhoods and talk to people to get their vote, but doesn't come back to ask people what they want. Renata Scott, I want to make sure I said that. Renata Scott says the younger generation are being told to wait their turn and not being trained. Wanda Middleton said the candidates need to go where the young people are, not to the same meetings. Antonio Jackson said you have to meet them where they are. Town hall meetings need to be held on the street in the community. Call it a block party in that community. Speak to that community. Awesome. LJ Malone said we got to stop the generation blame game and combine the energy of the old with the wisdom of the, combine the energy of the old with the wisdom. Combine the energy of the young with the wisdom of the old. Tia Lockhart says old guards only want to train up those who will fall in line with their quote. Wow. If you speak truth to power, they would do everything in power to shut you out. Woo. Darcina Taylor said, wow, what you say, new and fresh info idea was get things moderated. Dr. Dura Putman says, oh my, definitely. Wanda Middleton says they keep having town hall meetings knowing no one is not coming for that excuse instead of going where they need to go. Man, this is... Commissioner Brian, what do you think about this platform?
I think it's wonderful. And just let me say one thing about the town hall meetings. You gotta have those because that's what's in line with what you're speaking. Meaning, when ACCG tells you it's certain things that you're gonna have to do to let me see.
But you know who they need to get? You know who they need to get a call on town meeting? AJ the DJ.
Oh, everybody.
Oh yeah. Now that's
everybody
a block party. AJ the DJ.
AJ the DJ
is gonna be.
But that's an excellent idea.
And that's excellent. And I agree with that. But one thing about it, I got one more thing to say.
Yeah.
When they say go where you are, I told the people from the voters, Black Voter Matters, or just get out and vote to go to the football games where they're having the kids down at Central City Park. And she said, we were down there, we trying to talk to them, and they shoved us off like, we trying to watch the game, or we trying to get to my son's game, or whatever. She said that wasn't the time to talk to them because they're not into what you're trying to talk about.
Yeah, but speak the language. Come to Yamas.
I told her the sign alone. Hopefully, the sign alone will remind them. But the Public Service Commission is what we're voting for now. If we're concerned about our gas bill, our light bills, car insurance, house insurance, the Republicans have ran it for the last 50 years. They have 2 Democrats that are now on the ballot, and voting started on Tuesday. So I hope everyone gets out and vote for the Public Service Commission. Do your homework on your candidates before you vote, and know that this is supposed to be life changing. Hopefully, we can get somebody in there that will cut our rates just based on zip codes.
I love it. Tell us what time it is.
It's drive time. Have a great day.
So I think we need to do a town hall meeting with AJ the DJ and Vertise Rozier.
Oh, that'll be it right there. That's it. That's it.
The Saints coming together.
We're gonna need to listen. We're gonna have to get the amphitheater for that one.
And John, John, give me a call, man. John, yeah, we will have to. I think that. What do you think? Man, get over here, man. We have. Get on that mic. Put the headphones on. Your breath okay, right? I mean, I don't need no bad breath. I don't need nothing partly clouded with a chance of rain. Yes, I can. Okay, it smell apple-y. But it's This is normal here. This is Devin Bailey. Hey,
Devon.
Oh, Devon.
Yeah, from Pastor Bailey's church.
Hey, bless your heart. Yes, good morning to you. Man, what I think me and AJ doing a town hall meeting and you, bitch, I think that would be great.
Absolutely. Yeah, drive time live.
Yes.
Yeah, that would work.
Absolutely.
Let's get with him. Yeah. What do you? No, I really think that would be.
I mean, let's do it. We were just talking. Bishop and I actually was just talking to him about a bus trip.
To yourself, Apostle. Take it easy.
It ain't gonna happen. It's okay.
No, Tia. Listen, he gets me with he's real slick with his, isn't he, Bishop?
Very much so.
Real slick with his.
He do those little undercuts. That's all good.
Now, with your hands were slick, the asses they are. He got all this lotion on the table.
I do.
Did you use the lotion?
Yes, I did.
Stop pointing your hands at people like that.
Man, shut up. Listen. He's sitting up high. And Bishop, the day is Thursday, so Monday he's here Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday he's dry clean only. Yeah, he may.
It's okay. I'm gonna let you have it. I'll let you have it.
All right. But man, this platform this morning, I think is very much needed.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I thank God for you, because I really can't even name any other platforms that we have to actually speak truth, because somebody will find a way to shut it down.
Shut it down. It's not the truth, man.
Yeah, low-key try to do that.
Yeah, black-owned media is serious. I hear like Roland Martin, he's been talking about that a whole lot.
Roland Martin, man, let me tell you something. I watched him the other night, and he was like, Clorox, until you start supporting this. I mean, he was calling. I like that, man.
Right.
I like, and with us being who we are and giving the people a voice, I think, and me and Bishop will do a commercial that says this. Churches, we understand the budget of churches. We are pastors.
Right.
If you come to us and say you want to be on, because we know the budget, we
right,
don't wait for you to be on.
Right.
But because we're so sold out to that we can't come on. I think it's almost slavery again.
Yeah, I mean, and we really shouldn't have that mentality. I don't know if people have been paying attention, but they took away, one time churches really couldn't speak out politically because of the 501c3 and nonprofit tax stuff, but they reversed that. So that's not even in effect anymore. And then on top of that, you got this whole movement of white evangelical Christian nationalism. That's
white supremacy.
White supremacy.
I mean, that's what they call it. But
that's a KKK capital.
Yeah, but they're using the church though to move their agenda forward.
Did you not know
they are.
Got up and said the other Sunday that Donald Trump was their savior.
Yeah, some people believe that.
They've been believing that for the longest. They really have.
Certain folks said it's like 70. They did a poll. They said they asked 70% of his followers, if he committed murder, would you still support him? They said
yes. Yes.
And you knew it.
That is the devil.
It is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother level of thinking. But man, this is the show. It's called Bishop. What do you think about this morning? Because
this morning is excellent, but I want to say something to the part of training.
Okay,
like the younger generation and the older generation, because all jokes aside, let's talk about it. When you are growing up and you go into adulthood, you don't just go into adulthood and start and have everything perfect and right. You actually have the leading and the guidance of your parents or your parentals, your aunties, uncles, somebody to help guide you in the way that you should go so that you would be successful. You're going to make mistakes. Things are going to happen.
Right.
But you have somebody that will actually be able to speak to, okay, hey, you did this wrong. Get this together. So why in politics is it a problem for us to actually change the guard so that people can get in, make the mistakes they're going to make, be corrected, get the things that they need, and be directed by the ones who've been in position so that they can help you do a better job. I don't understand what the difference would be in that, because train me, show me what I need to do, tell me where I'm wrong, help me, so that I can be better, better effective for the community, if you will, unless I really don't want you to. Absolutely. I just want to keep power and do what I want to do versus
yeah. And it seems like it's a top-down approach rather than a bottom-up, and
that's true.
That's why that keeps happening. And like right now, folks talk about the 1% and how much of a influence 1% or less than 1% of the population have over the 99%. Even in regards to like the wealth, the wealth gap in America is crazy.
It really is.
It makes zero sense. And we have these very few making decisions for the majority. So those very few, like we have these corporate lobbyists and these corporations that make sure that their agendas and their needs are met, just like these data centers that we see to keep popping up.
Right.
And you have these major corporations that coming into Twiggs County and Jones County, Monroe County, and even I heard a story yesterday about the mayor now talking about one can come and make it, as long as it's not in a residential area. But just months ago he was talking about environmental issues and saying how he didn't want that for Monroe County, and now all of a sudden something's happening here. So there are a lot of deals being made.
So how much money is attached to the data centers? Because that has a lot to do with it.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of money attached to that.
Okay, then, so that should answer your question.
These are $1 billion corporate. I don't want to speculate or whatever.
It's not speculative. It's just being honest. When money is attached to something, like you were talking about how the committee was disbanded, but then you also mentioned a $50 million budget that went with it. So of course, now that the committee is disbanded, what's happening with that money? There's no checks or balances for it, is there?
Oh no, absolutely not.
So right. So follow the money. When you follow the money, you'll see exactly where everything is going. And it's a shame that everything is motivated by money and then that it doesn't go to the places that it should go. It's a shame that it happens like that, but it's a reality. That's what happens. So
right. And that's what's happening here in Macon too. Like the poverty pimping is serious. Wow. Macon, Georgia. T and I, we found that there's a lot of organizations here that function off of that. Like, because there's so much money that's supposed to be dedicated to poor communities here in Macon. But they play this game where they use the data of poor communities, because Macon is the most redline city in America.
Right.
So that means something on the state and national level, where there's money that is available for our redline communities. So they take this money and then they repurpose it, and then they do stuff downtown, or they find a way to make it appear as if they're doing stuff for the neighborhoods that they got the money for, but they're not. And then if we're uneducated or we're not in the know of how this money is being received or where it's supposed to go, and we're shut down and being told not to advocate or not speak on anything, then hey, the same cycle keeps repeating itself. But poverty pimping in Macon, Georgia.
Poverty pimping. I like that. Because I'm a pimp you to get the money that I need for you, but I'm not gonna give you a dime of it. Because you were talking about the roads this morning. As you were talking about them, I was driving down Napier, hitting every bump that they possibly have. Like, really, and it's so true. It's in the words of Doug Keisha, these raggedy
roads. That's the husband leave.
The roads look like the top of a chief head.
See?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You see what I'm talking about?
No, they getting paid. They getting paid.
A black man with dimples. But anyway.
She loves it.
Yeah. But anyway, Ms. Tia, can you say career politicians? Could it be that they are trying to make their obituaries look good? Remind me of Methuselah. He lived 969 years, and that's the only entry he made in the Bible. What good does it do to live long and you have nothing else to show? Wow, what you're doing that long tenure. Same thing for career politicians. Remind me of the meaning of justice and not just us. Boy, who is Emma David?
I don't know. Yeah, they on fire.
I'm talking about have been hitting it. They have hit it every time.
Is that a guy?
I don't know.
Is it
Imaya?
Imaya David?
Imaya.
Or David Imaya?
Or David Imaya.
Yeah.
They're not playing.
I'm talking about has been hitting it. I've enjoyed every comment. Every comment has been completely.
No poverty, not poverty pimping.
Tanzio's Otis, that's the other aunt right there. He said, as long as we're attached to the digital creature comforts.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm sorry. You just came back. You just came back. Just came back.
Read it on the village, but this ain't the village. As long as we are attached.
Okay. My uncle. He wanted me to read that anyway. Okay. How you doing, Pastor Antonio? He says, as long as we are attached to the digital creature companies, smartphones, tablets, the cloud, etc., data centers will be on the rise.
They're building one in Vertise.
No, they've been one in Forsyth,
Twiggs County.
Twiggs County. They're talking about Jones County now. And yesterday on the news, they were talking about here in Macon.
What is going on with this?
There's some money attached to it. You know this.
Yeah, then they drain the water. You know, they drain the water supply. They make our power bills go up. They were talking about they're not even getting taxed at like 80% of what we get charged. You know, so that other amount that they're supposed to get charged is gonna come to us.
Antonio Jackson said it is the political educational part of our community is what is needed from youth and adults. You know what? Bishop Welch said the same thing. Bishop P.J. Welch.
Oh my God. These shots are being fired today.
Vintage Talking Drive Time needs to collab in the town hall with AJ. I agree. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Long as Chief Baves.
See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about?
These folks don't want to see you in person like that. They want to make sure that you...
Yeah, but we shouldn't smell you after you get out your seat.
That walk by ear.
Yeah, that walk.
Oh, Lord. All right, now.
Yeah,
see now. Okay. You never seen Tia. Come here, baby.
Tia says, "Oh, y'all, we really need to put that together." And you know, people always tell me, "Y'all quit prophesying in my life." Let me say, "Apostle, we know you're so busy. You know you're so busy. Quit saying that, and I won't be. You be prophesying saying it."
Oh, you do be busy now.
God, you'd have to put my business on.
I never seen nobody phone ring like that.
As he puts another thing on the schedule, LJ, he missed the talking while he added something else to his schedule.
But I'm able to. You know what? And when I went to the circus, who I admired most was the juggler because he could juggle all things and not drop anything.
Right.
And so I look at my life sometimes. Say something smart. I'm coming over there.
No, you're very present now. When you are wherever you are, you're there.
100% there.
That's for sure.
Like I was there to celebrate you, me and Bishop. You wasn't there. The other day when we came to the thing, your
of the award show. I mean, you came early.
No, I came when you said the red carpet was at 4. I'm red carpet.
Oh yeah, you Hollywood though. See, that's the problem. See, you know, we're not Hollywood like that.
Okay, I see who Maya David is now. I know who that is.
Black man. Oh,
yeah.
That church not too long ago. Okay,
yeah.
So if we don't do anything to change the leadership in the PSC commission, the changes of those data centers cause falling on the
Yeah. Early voting has already started. It's really important. Early voting. Go vote. Seriously.
Go and vote. I'm going to go vote today too in Forsyth.
Right.
I'm moving to Macon.
Really?
We're going to have we have houses here, right, Bishop?
We do.
Okay. And didn't you say you're from the north side?
I'm North Twiggs.
I never knew it was the north side of Twiggs County.
You can't tell by my lips. I'm from North Twiggs. Never for them.
Oh, Lord.
I speak different than Antonio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right.
So what part of Twiggs County is Mr. Tanzio from?
He's from Metropolitan.
He's from the large metropolis of Twiggs.
He's from the
of Jeffersonville.
Area called Spring Valley. Spring Valley.
Oh, okay.
That's real. The Spring Valley subdivision.
Okay.
Yeah, really. It is. Hey, Linda Jones. Good morning to you. Hey, cousin. I think that's my cousin, Linda Jones. Yeah, it looks like you on that picture. I don't know. But man, this has been millions of tax revenue will be generated, but there are environmental Wow. 47 signed an executive order in July that streamlined the approval process for data centers.
Of course.
Yeah, that's serious. Yeah, even we went to a meeting for the Morgie National Heritage Preservation Organization, and they were talking about how, because even in Twitts County, that's a part of the Morgie Heritage area,
center of Georgia. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, for sure. So Bond Swamp, all of that, that's just as much, really more important, really, than what we have in Macon. Like, that's the center of those lands. I mean, I know it is. I mean,
no, I was looking at it like, LJ, that character so weird.
Oh Lord.
So
he's from the South, so you got it all twisted.
So I got a question.
Yeah, but they were just saying that how the wildlife and everything can be affected by that data center in Twitts.
Yeah, but okay, I have a question for you though. Yeah. I want you to realize something.
Yes, sir.
So if you notice,
yes, sir.
The EPA has been under attack in such a way that the control of it has been changed, the meaning, the viability of it, and all of that has been sort of nullified, so that
all of this
things like the data centers could come into play, because when that's not around to regulate anything, then absolutely all these other things can happen.
Well, according to Elon Musk, he's moving to Mars. Did you hear about it?
I say to him, wrong.
Yeah,
right on the head.
Yeah, and they tearing down all these trees, and they don't really care less about the environment right now, and that's a shame.
That's true.
Because they care about those 1%. They don't care what happens to that other 99%.
They really don't.
And that's sad.
It's very sad.
Yeah, you got 3 more strands of gray hair since I saw you.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
But anyway, we certainly appreciate you. Thank you for always tuning in to 107.9 FM on your dial. Very long show today, after 2 hours. We were glad to have all of your comments. Thank you, Lady Bumpus, and all those that called in. I got a call on the line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. This is your voice, Elaine Luke.
Commissioner.
Oh, come on, Commissioner. What a board.
Always have been and always will be.
You better.
Working through leukemia. And I dare anyone to challenge mine and the Senator's record of service. We're here to serve, and we'll continue to do it until we can't do it anymore. Thank you for at least letting people hear different viewpoints of things. But people got to stop doing so much talking,
right,
and do some walking.
That's what I said this morning.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yes.
How many running their mouths are doing or walking the walk? That's the answer I want to hear. So y'all have a great day. Y'all have this is always wonderful in the morning. I'm just leaving the cancer care center getting a shot as part of my treatment. And I heard a little bit. Yeah, I have daily shots to build my white blood cells back up.
Okay.
Because sometimes when you're fighting cancer, it kills the cancer cells, but it kills your good stuff too. So you got to work and build that back up. So that's what I'm dealing with. But I still wanted to hear y'all, and I wanted to call and continue my pledge of commitment and service to this community. I'm a lifelong.
Well, I think it's what, 42 years, haven't you?
42 years what? Of service?
Service, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
42. Yeah. And Senator is what, 50 what?
It's 50 years, and
50
he's going to be recognized on Saturday evening for 50 years. He's the longest serving legislator now in the General Assembly.
Wow.
He covers my area over where I pastor in Sandersville.
Yes, we were in Sandersville the other week at a community.
Yeah, some of my members told me they were there.
Yeah. Great folks in Sandersville.
Yes, they are. And they can cook.
But y'all, I'm gonna go and open up the schools so that we can help some students to finish their high school diploma. We're
we're sending you a student called the Keisha.
We're gonna walk the walk.
We're sending you a student called the Keisha.
I heard you say that yesterday, and I didn't know whether to. Like my daddy used to say, I didn't know whether to S or go blind.
I have a question for the commissioner.
Yeah.
Quick question. What would you suggest that we do for the generation that's coming to get them trained and, up to par on what needs to happen to carry on the legacy of you and Senator?
I think those folks who are truly interested, we need to embrace them, and we need to open up the doors. I always tell people, if you want to shadow what I'm doing, not that I'm the example, but if you want to shadow what I'm doing, I'll direct you to information and stuff. But we're finding a lot of people don't want to listen. They want to be put in the spot.
Of course.
And everything done for them. And they've got to realize that there is work and study to be done in order for you to move and be successful as you achieve, whether it's elected office or whatever it is. You've got to know what's involved, which means you got to read, you got to study, ask some people. And I think, and I'm just going to put it out here, I think white folks have worked very, very hard to separate our generation. They've got our young folks thinking we just need to get out of the way. And when you push us out of the way, then you don't benefit from our struggle and what we already know. So all of you young folks who are interested in being elected, in being a part of committees of all of these different entities, you got to learn what it is. And if there's some folks who know, go to them and ask them. Ask me. Ask the senator. Right now, Aldrich Ingram, the county commission chair over in Sparta, is working closely with my husband, David, to learn the legislative process so that he can help Sparta to move forward. The blackest county in Georgia and the poorest county. So he's doing that. And I would just suggest that others do that same thing. Don't sit around and let white folks separate us and have us fighting each other and turning out meetings and all of that. That's part of the plan.
That is part of the plan.
And killing each other, that's part of the plan to separate us and have us fighting our elders and our elders fighting our young folks, and we don't get anywhere.
That's exactly right. I certainly agree with.
We stay where they want us to be.
Right. I tell my leaders, we have about 31 preachers in my local church, and they say, "Well, do you know who I am?" I say, "You are who you are before we call you that." In other words, if you are an evangelist, you're already doing it before you get papers or license. You're already working in that capacity. So I certainly believe that. Commissioner, let's challenge everyone to get out and get early vote and get our votes in.
Yes. I early voted Tuesday, and people need to go. We've got sample ballots in the office, and we will be glad. There are only 3 items on the Bibb County ballot. So you'll be in and out in 10 minutes. Go early.
My God, we love you, Commissioner. Tell Senator we said hello.
Love you too.
All right, it's drive time right here, 980 WDD. Oh.
You over there? No, you singing about it. You got a little hot in here though.
Talking about because the heat's still on. That's still got the heat on. That's the fool. Lady Bombers, we thank you so much for your call. Tia, all those that called in. LJ, thank you for your presence here. Don't forget that if you're looking for sales, please contact LJ Malone here at this WDDO 107.9 FM on your dial. Also, don't forget that the first Friday, we're taking the senior citizens to Blue Ridge to the Apple Arch. The bishop is also working on the tickets for the train ride. I think he said they only do that in
December. I'm sorry. The first Friday in December, that's the only time we can get a train ride on a Friday. So it's a little more expensive, but I have the
$35.
I think that's the cheapest, but it doesn't really come with much. And you want them, to enjoy. You want them to have.
Look at the train.
Well, whatever the ride is down there, that's how much it'll be to look at the train. However, I think the tickets start at $35, and we want everybody to be in the same car and all that good stuff, and still to enjoy like some hot chocolate or something. So we're trying to work.
And that's not including lunch, is it?
Nah, that doesnst include lunch. That's really just the ride and possibly a drink.
Well, we'll talk about it there. We may wind up looking at lights.
I had a few people to reach out to me about because they see some of the pictures you post with the senior trips, and they want to know how do they go on these trips?
Just meet here.
Just come here.
$10 ride the bus. That's it. I don't care where
there's no stipulation. 55 and up is considered a senior.
Right. So you can go. So also, if we don't do the train ride, I think it'll be good to take them on December, the last trip to Montgomery, Alabama, to the Legacy, and from the Legacy to the casino.
Okay. We can do that.
That's something to think about.
It is.
We really can. We can do that.
Yeah. Or from the Legacy to Burlington Shopping Center.
Either or.
Not Burlington, Dillard's.
Either or now, but if they're gonna do that, they can afford the trip. If they're gonna spend that much money.
Yeah. They know me. I'm just so sensitive too.
So, but yeah, I'm just saying we'll see.
Wow. Which way did he go? Which way did he go? All right. Listen, we love you and we certainly appreciate you here always at 107.9 FM on your dial. Take that app, download it, and take us along with you everywhere you go. God bless you. May the Lord bless your day, bless your going and your coming. I pray that he bless your going, but I pray that he bless LJ's going. Here you go.
Yeah, as long as I don't hear your breath.
Did you say?
Your breath. Your breath makes noise.
Oh, that was funny, man. No, that was funny. Usually when you talk, you don't say nothing, but that was good.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's slobbing though. But anyway. All right. Thank you all for your time. We love you.